Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo believe Khabib is the reason why Islam Makhachev is avoiding the Ilia Topuria fight. On their podcast, the two offered their perspectives on why the fight hasn't materialized yet. Kamaru acknowledged that the UFC appears to be pushing for the matchup, especially given the Georgian's claim that he vacated his featherweight belt based on a promised title shot at lightweight. However, Usman also pointed out that Makhachev has his own reasons for not committing to the fight just yet. Cejudo, on the other hand, believes the decision is out of Makhachev's hands entirely. He suggested that Khabib Nurmagomedov, who plays a crucial role in guiding Islam's career, would likely dismiss a fight with Topuria in favor of a more familiar challenge, Justin Gaethje. Khabib is now acting as the mentor his late father once was, ensuring that Islam follows a carefully planned path rather than jumping into an unpredictable fight against the surging Georgian star. With Topuria waiting for clarity and Gaethje hungry for his own shot, the lightweight title picture remains as uncertain as ever. Who would you like to see Islam face next? Leave your comments below.
I think it's a fantastic fight. Islam has his reasons of why that fight is not taking place. But yeah, I don't think it's up. I think the UFC is trying to make that fight, and I do believe Ilia Topuria saying that, yeah, they promised him that title shot. That's why he vacated the belt. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, Henry.
Well, pull up my quote. You want to read my quote, Kamaru Usman? You tell me if am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I don't think it's Islam's choice. Khabib will step in and say no to Topuria for that reason. My guess is Islam versus Justin Gaethje.
Can I give you my explanation on why, and then you can
Go ahead.
King Kamaru Deen. The simple fact that when you have to understand, dude, that Khabib is playing his dad's role now.
Alex Volkanovski shared his thoughts on the upcoming clash between Michael Chandler and Paddy Pimblett, calling it a tricky fight to predict. Chandler, known for his explosiveness and relentless aggression, will come out guns blazing, putting immediate pressure on Paddy. The question is whether Paddy can handle that early storm. Volk acknowledged Pimblett's improvements, especially in his fight against Bobby Green, where he displayed more composure and strategy. That kind of approach will be crucial against someone as dangerous as Chandler. However, Paddy's path to victory likely lies in the later rounds, where he might find openings for submissions or positional control. The big factor? It's a 5-round fight. Volkanovski admitted that in a 5-round fight, Paddy has a good chance to take over the later rounds. Chandler's explosiveness could be a serious problem in the first 15 minutes. Regardless of the outcome, this will be an exciting fight, because when Chandler steps in the cage, it's always fireworks. What do you think about this banger of a fight? Can Paddy go through Chandler?
It's good. It's going to be fun. Yeah, Chandler and Pimblett. Interesting one, man. Like, it's a hard one to pick. Hard one to pick because Chandler is so dangerous, explosive, right? You know he's going to come guns blazing. You know, can Paddy Pimblett fight that right fight? I think in them later rounds, Paddy Pimblett can maybe... Because he showed, against Green, he showed a lot more composure and strategy, which I thought was great, which he will need. So it's a tricky one because who's a favourite in this one? I think I've seen that. Well, Paddy Pimblett was a favourite, maybe?
Yeah, I think Paddy might be the favourite.
Yeah, something like that. So it's a tricky one. I think this is a tough matchup for Paddy Pimblett, though. Having someone so aggressive, explosive, his grappling is going to be hard to I can't see him out-grappling Chandler early. Later on, maybe getting positions and maybe look for submissions and stuff like that.
Luke Thomas weighed in on Sean O'Malley's claim that he'll be a much improved version of himself in a rematch with Merab Dvalishvili now that he's fully healed from an injury that affected his training and performance in their first fight. While acknowledging that O'Malley has a chance, Luke doesn't believe the fight will play out much differently. O'Malley, on his podcast, detailed how severe his injury was leading up to the fight, limiting both his preparation and in-cage performance. Now, Now, with a clean bill of health, he promises to deliver the best performance of his career. However, something else he said caught fans off guard. He admitted that if he loses, he'll be content with what he has. This is a stark contrast to his previous mentality of doing whatever it takes to win, leading some to speculate that he may have lost the hunger that once fueled his rise. Their first fight was pretty one-sided. Despite Sean landing a devastating teep kick in the end of the 5th round, Merab managed to secure the bantamweight title with a dominant win, and then defeated Umar Nurmagomedov to extend his winning streak to 10. Are you excited for this rematch? Do you think Suga has a realistic chance to win? Leave your comments below.
I suspect it will be better. I don't know exactly how much better it's going to be. Like, I can absolutely see a scenario where it's better at the margins, but, you know, effectively what happened in the first fight was more or less repeated. Like, that's something we could see too, where it's like, okay, cleaned up, you know, something around this scenario. I mean, just think about realistically, like, what do you have to work on if you're Sean? And the tactical answer is many things, but the big picture is you have to stop the takedown, you have to create separation, and you have to hurt him. Like, everyone does this game with Merab where they just try and neutralize him, and that does nothing because he's got an endless gas tank to just keep trying, and he does. He gets stronger as time goes on, not weaker, unless you can actually hurt him. You have to legitimately hurt the guy. So easier said than done, and how you do that is really the answer. So I can see some improvements on that. And again, I don't think it's out of the question by any stretch of the imagination that he could win.
Belal Muhammad has made it clear that he has no respect for Ilia Topuria. While the two have never been scheduled to fight, Belal has taken multiple shots at the former featherweight champion in recent months, making it clear that he doesn't respect him. The tension started when Topuria boldly claimed he would finish Islam Makhachev if they ever fought, a statement that didn't sit well with Belal, who is one of Islam's closest training partners. He dismissed Ilia's confidence, saying the Georgian was getting ahead of himself and would get smashed if he ever stepped up to lightweight. Things escalated further when Ilia took a shot at Khabib Nurmagomedov, claiming he would have beaten him had they been in the same era. That was the final straw for Belal, who immediately fired back, calling him delusional and accusing him of disrespecting legends who paved the way for fighters like him. Belal hasn't stopped there. Whenever Ilia's name comes up, he never misses an opportunity to downplay his success, claiming he hasn't been tested against strong wrestlers and that his hype will be exposed when he moves up. With Ilia now making the transition to lightweight, it's likely that this beef will only get more heated. In one of the interviews, Belal openly challenged Ilia to a street fight in order to find out who's the real tough guy, and in a recent Instagram Q&A live session with Georgian supporters, Ilia responded to Belal's challenge. Belal challenged me to a street fight? When you're a professional fighter and another pro fighter is challenging you to a street fight, you already know their level of intelligence is very low. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.